What's going on, guys? Savage Civilian back with another new video. Before I even get started, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you did not notice, we officially became monetized with YouTube, which means down below you can click member and become a member to the channel. You could also send gifts, super chats, a couple dollars up to hundreds, whatever you choose. It's not necessary, just letting you know we officially hit that milestone with YouTube, and that's thanks to you guys. Clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe button, putting on the alerts, engaging in the comments below. I appreciate it so much, which is why I'm pumping out videos like I am. I did make a commitment to myself. Any funds I get from memberships or gifts that you guys send below by the comments will go directly back into the video, such as buying plates and testing different penetrations with them, etc. And yeah, so I just want to make the channel more interesting, and any funds that come to the channel will go directly back to the channel. I get a lot of questions in the comments about EDC stuff. That's kind of what this channel is about. EDC, shit hits the fan shooting. And a lot of times I mention, this is what I carry at work versus this is what I carry every day. And a lot of people have asked, well, okay, what the fuck do you do for work? So I'm going to go over all that. Many years ago, I worked in corrections up in New York. And since then, I have been a security contractor. My full-time stuff is with the Department of Homeland Security. So my main stuff with them is access control, executive protection, and anything in between. But full-time with DHS, and this is basically what I wear every day. So there's going to be two parts to this. It's going to be my main daily wear, and then there'll be a second video, which is kind of like my shit hits the fan combat bag that has the fun, cool shit in it that we pray we never ever have to fucking use. So with that said, let's get started. First and foremost, my casual businessy style vest is this level 3 from Safe Life. Right here is where my name would go, but I redacted that for this video. And this is where my PIV would go, which is my government ID. It just allows me access to certain facilities and whatnot. I keep 2 pens here, keep my AirPods in here. This is my radio holder. We run the Motorola Yellows. I don't have it in here, obviously, because I leave that on site to charge when I get to work in the morning, wherever I'm at. Radio goes in here. This is a mod light, OKW 12128. I've gone over these in the past. I do have a switchback on it. These are very expensive lights, not gonna lie to you. They're $300-400, but this thing is many, many years old. Still works phenomenal. It's completely beat to shit, and I'm a firm believer of buying high quality shit and not having to buy it again. Before I even continue to the next part, I am not sponsored by anyone on any of this shit that I'm showing, but I will leave links below to my Amazon affiliate, which basically means if you click the link below and buy it, I do get a couple dollars kickback from Amazon. Has nothing to do with any of these companies at all. This is truly what I choose to run. Moving over. Oh, by the way, this is a 09. This is also 09 handcuff case. These are peerless. They're super old. Again, they're beat up, but they're very lightweight. I like them. I'll throw them in the comments as well, especially if you're a police officer or security, anyone that carries cuffs every day, even if you work in the jail, etc. They're very, very nice, strong cuffs, but they're super lightweight. My vehicle has a full IFAC kit, but I always keep an extra pair of cutters here. And then lastly on this side, just some Saber Red gel, just pepper spray. Moving on from that, I keep a spare pair of pants and an IFAC kit, some like dude wipes, hand sanitizer, that kind of shit in this bag. This isn't really a work bag. Well, it is my work bag, but it's not work related. It's kind of like my bullshit stuff that I'll use throughout the day. You know, vitamins that I'm going to take throughout the day because we work usually minimum 12-hour shifts, etc. So this is a Magpul bag. It's their new one. I did do a video on this, which I will drop a link below if you did want to check out this bag specifically. Most comfortable shoes, man. I wore a lot of Merrell boots, Keen boots, 511 boots, Under Armour boots, different shoes, etc. And I finally landed on the Ultima. These are the Assaults, and they are super, super comfortable. You can run in them because they're very light. They're slip resistant, and I have these in green, and then I also have them in black. But these are my go-tos now. I will also drop a link to these below. Next one is going to be kind of funny, but I've tried every pair of pants known to man. I'm not a fan of 511 pants. They're heavy. I hate feeling like I'm restricted in movement. And the best pants that I have found that I wear are Wrangler. And there's a letter to them, but let me see what the fuck it is. They're basically found in Walmart, and they're like a Wrangler hiking pant. They have the mountain logo on the back. But these are my go-to pants. I have a couple in FDE like this, and then I have a couple in green. They are on Amazon. Again, I'll link these shits below too, but they have them green, black, blue, pretty much any color of a first responder you can get them in. I like them much better than 511s. They do have a little bit less pockets, but they're super comfortable, and again, they're very lightweight. I'm in North Carolina. It's fucking hot. I want to be able to move around. I don't want to be sweating. I want to be comfortable. Now getting on to actual shit. I always rock this watch. You've seen this in my EDC video. I wear this one at work mainly. This is a G-Shock KCO. I've had this for many, many years. My girl got it for me when I worked at the sheriff's office, so it's a minimum of 6, 7, 8 years old, and it's still, I haven't even replaced the fucking battery in it. Spyderco Tenacious is my go-to work knife. Sharp, cheap, and very good blade. They're easy to sharpen and they're easy to maintain. I have a lot of high-end knives, as you've seen, like ZTs and Microtechs, etc. But the price of these, I don't care if it gets lost at work or if I have to let someone use it. You know, they're like sub $60, but they punch way above their price class. Wear an inner-outer belt system. I wear the Tacnex inner belt. This is the Velcro. I wear this even sometimes not working, just as a daily belt because it's very light, but it has strong Velcro and it's not super thick. And I have a Agilite belt as well that's like part of my battle setup, and that will also attach to this. So you can kind of attach anything to it. It's a generic inner belt, but I've had a lot of success with this one, and again, it's called Tacnex if you were interested. My work belt is an old 511 belt that I had for a while with the Safariland system. This is the full QLS system with the leg strap. I carry a larger gun in a larger holster, as you'll see, and I hate a holster going like this and bumping and rubbing on your leg, so I'm a big fan of the thigh strap. Coming to this side, this is the high-speed gear tacos with my Glock mags, and then this is just cuff keys, and again, I'll throw certain keys on there if I get to work and I need them. Holster is the Safariland. This is the 6378 series. This is for red dots, but I did have to modify it to fit an SRO and an acro and such. I did do a video on that as well, on how to modify it so you don't have to buy a new holster. These holsters were originally made for like just the RMRs and the loopholes, and then when the bigger dots came out, they weren't fitting. But you can kind of shave some stuff in there very easily and make them fit. QLS fork, and then a RDR gear bracket to run a tourniquet on the front of it. It's just one more thing I can keep off my vest and keep off my belt. It's right there. Lastly would be firearms. I carry one of 2 Glocks. It just depends on the day, I guess. I really don't have a rhyme or reason for why. I bounce back and forth between the acro and the SRO. They're my 2 favorite optics. So I have a Gen 5 17 MOS with a Surefire X300 Ultra, or I have a G47 MOS with an X300 Turbo and an SRO. Both of these are virtually the same gun size-wise. Frame's a little different on the 47 versus the 17 MOS regular. Both rock the same Surefire. One's an Ultra, one's a Turbo. The Ultra will give you a little bit of a wider beam, where the Turbo will give you a lot more depth and a lot more punching power. Basically that barrier of, you know, you got a car with tinted windows, the Turbo's gonna punch through the tinted windows. They're fucking beat to shit. Like, that's why I like Surefire lights in general, because they work. SRO I've always been a fan of. It's just a very quick dot to find and very easy to find. It's kind of, I call it a cheat code to shooting, because even with recoil, you don't lose your dot. Acro is like my go-to for anything, I guess. They're a little more precise to me. If I'm shooting 100-yard steel, my Acro is it. If I'm shooting bill drills, my SRO is it. Standard Glock mags for everything, and as usual, my Nalgene that I always have with me. So that's it on this video. Like I said, there's going to be a secondary, which I'll post up right after this. Actually, I'm going to film it as soon as we're done, which is just going to be my shit hits the fan / war bag, which gets into my actual plate carrier, my rifle, and a couple other things that I always have in the vehicle if this shit just wasn't going to make it. So as always, like I said in the beginning, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have killed it growing this channel. Please consider becoming a member by clicking the member button, or even sending a gift by clicking the gift button, and everything will come back to this channel. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, by the way, any questions, comments, drop them below. I answer everyone, no matter what. I might take a couple hours or a couple days, but I will absolutely answer your questions. Thanks.